What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today in this video we're going to do a big transformation. My client does want to go back to wavelength, so we're definitely going to go ahead and chop down the top. And here I'm actually using my cordless magic clips, and I'm basically freehand shaping the top, just trying to get it low enough to where I'm able to see like his natural growth pattern. That way it makes it a lot easier for me when I go in with the number 2 to go with the grain. So here I'm gonna go ahead and actually go in with the number 3 guard, because I still wasn't 100% sure exactly what direction his hair grew. So I thought it'd be best to go ahead and start with the longer guard and kind of like save myself a little bit of room for error, because like I didn't want to go exactly to the number 2, because if I did and I went the opposite direction, it would be a lot more difficult to go ahead and correct. Alright, so now at this point I went ahead and attached my number 2 guard with the lever all the way closed, and starting off in the cowlick, now that I could see the natural direction of his hair growth, I'm going to go ahead and go in with full strokes to go ahead and lay the hair down as much as I can. Alright you guys, so now to go ahead and begin the neck taper, I'm starting off with my Endless TL liner. And when I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm working as neat as possible, trimming all the hairs that needs to be trimmed, and just keeping it neat, because that's really going to benefit you in the long run and make the haircut a lot better. But for the haircut, I will be using the Oster fast feeds, and here I have the lever all the way open just to go ahead and create a new guideline by going up about 1 inch. And when I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm flicking out and also combing down the hair. So now I'm going to go ahead and begin to blend out the bottom line with the lever all the way closed. That's at the shortest possible guide on the clipper. So I'm going to be flicking up about 1/4 inch up, working my way up, still making sure that I'm not touching the very top line, because we all know that that's the no guard all the way open. And here I went ahead and opened my lever halfway, and then continuing to blend up. That should pretty much completely blend out the bottom line. Now here I went ahead and attached my 0 guard, and starting off again with the lever all the way open, I'm going to go ahead and create a guideline, this time going up about 1/2 inch. Now here I'm going in with the lever all the way closed, still using my 0 guard, and I'm basically just going to go ahead and try to flick out the bottom line as much as I can. So since I wasn't exactly 100% satisfied, I'm going back to the previous step, starting with the lever all the way open with no guard just to go ahead and do some detail work. So now that I was happy with the outcome, I have my number 1 guard on now, and I'm gonna go ahead and create a new guideline by going up about another 1/2 inch. Now using the lever all the way closed, we're going to go ahead and continue to blend out the bottom line by flicking it out. Now on this haircut, you guys are going to notice that I'm constantly going back to the previous step, and that's because if I'm not 100% satisfied with how it's looking, I'm always going to go ahead and go back to go ahead and touch up wherever needs to be touched up. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind, and you never want to move on from something that's not finished. Now here I went ahead and attached my number 2 guard, and instead of starting off with the lever all the way open, I'm gonna go ahead and go straight into the lever all the way closed, and just flicking out, this is pretty much gonna go ahead and finish off the taper in the back. Alright, now moving on to the side taper, we're gonna pretty much do the exact same steps as we did on the neck taper, starting off with the T-outliners, but this time it's gonna be in a circular motion because we are doing a burst taper, so definitely keep that in mind the entire time we're doing this taper. So now here I have my Oster fast feeds again, starting off with the lever all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So now here I'm gonna go ahead and close the lever all the way and start only using the corners, flicking up about 1/4 inch to go ahead and start to blend out the bottom line. And here I went ahead and opened the lever halfway and continuing to blend up about 1/4 inch up. That should fully get rid of the bottom line. Now using the 0 guard with the lever all the way open, I'm going in and creating a new guideline, still using the circular motion and flicking out. I'm gonna go ahead and go up about 1/2 inch. Now closing the lever all the way, I'm gonna go ahead and try to blend out the bottom line. Now for the next step, we're going to go ahead and continue to blend up, this time using the number 1 guard, still with the lever all the way open. We're going to go ahead and create a new guideline by going up about 1/2 inch. Now with the lever all the way closed, I'm going in, still using the corners to go ahead and knock out the bottom line. Now here I'm using the number 2 guard, and I'm going to go ahead and try to avoid going too far into the right side because I definitely want to leave that nice and dark. That way when I go in to go ahead and do the lineup, it's still kind of dark and it's going to leave a nice bold lineup. So now going back to go ahead and do some detail work with the number 1 guard, I'm going to go ahead and start with the lever all the way open and pretty much playing with it the entire time just to go ahead and achieve the desired look that I want. So since his hair is all over the place, I went ahead and prepped a hot towel just to go ahead and place it on top of his head, because I find when I do this, every time I'm doing a big chop and I do this, it helps me lay down the hair. I wouldn't say like all the way, but it definitely does help it a little bit. So I always like to do this whenever I'm doing a big chop. Now to go ahead and prep his hairline and neckline for the lineup, I always like to go ahead and apply a little bit of hairspray just to go ahead and hold the lineup. Now here I'm using my cordless FX trimmers, and for the lineup I'm gonna go ahead and try to keep it as natural as possible but make it crispy at the same time. Now for his haircut, I do want to make it pop a little bit more, so I will be applying some color enhancement to his hairline. So yeah, let's go ahead and add that secret sauce. Now I always get asked how I mix my dye, and basically what I do is I get 50% of the actual dye and I mix that with 50% of any type of aftershave that you guys use. And I put both of them in like a container, shake them up, and then it's basically ready to go. I just pour it in the gun and then it starts shooting perfectly fine. So yeah, that's exactly how I mix my my colors, so I get it shooting the right way every single time. But that's pretty much the haircut, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. And if you guys did, I'd appreciate it if you guys hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Also, go ahead and hit that bell icon. That way you guys are notified on when I drop a new video. So yeah, definitely do that. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at JZepeda the Barber. But that's it for me this week, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.